This is the Boost Slum Survivor. We've got a group of young people here, 20 of them, that are going to be living for the weekend in a slum. Essentially spending the weekend away $1 billion spend a lifetime. So tonight, it's Friday night, and the kids have had school today and everything else. They haven't had their evening meal yet, and they've turned up here. And this evening, they've got to build their slum, cook their food, go and collect their water, use public toilets wherever they can, and generally try and understand what it's like to start working as a team together, looking after each other, and realising that they're going to be spending the night together in a shelter and possibly a little bit cold.
Hi, my name's Emily, and I'm the slum matriarch for the weekend. I was elected by the rest of the group, and basically what happens in real life slums, they elect a matriarch because quite often the men can't be trusted. They go off and spend all their money, and they're not around to help out. So it's pretty much the women who are in control back at home at the slums. So my job is to settle disputes, major decisions that have to be made, and things about food and cooking and who gets what resources and when.
I'm expecting to be very cold at night, but I'm very excited about sleeping in a little homemade tent and cooking all this boring food and eating that and collecting water, and it's going to be really difficult, but it's very fun already, so yeah.
I really wanted to understand what it was like for people who live in slums, and I felt that it was a great experience to do with everybody.
So it's Saturday morning, we've had a bit of a tiring night, and the kids are a bit tired, a bit grumpy and a little bit hungry, but today they've got some work to do. So two of the kids in two of the groups have been sent off to hospital, and this hopefully will give them a bit of an idea of what it's like for, you know, many people around the world to be told you've got to go to hospital, but actually it's 2 miles away, it's 10 miles away, or even 20 or 30 miles away. So two of our kids are being pushed in wheelbarrows down to the Landguard Fort, which is about 2 miles from here, and hopefully they will find a doctor. But actually, I don't think they will find a doctor today, and I think they'll be told to come back tomorrow.
Mate, can I help you? She needs a doctor. Doctor? There's no doctor. Oh. Does it look like there's a doctor? I just work here, I just work at the hospital, I'm not a doctor. Sorry, there's nothing I can do. There's no doctor here today. Back in the wheelbarrow.
The other groups are going off scavenging, maybe some bits of food or meat to go in the stew or the pot for his evening.
Yeah, there was about half a dozen of them. They came in and they were sort of scrounging for bits of meat and bits of bone and fat.
Someone get a plate out and a spoon for Chloe so she can have some food.
Challenging, very, very challenging this weekend has been.
I found this weekend, it was good until it started raining, and then it's become a little bit more miserable.
It's a bit wet. It's also very hard work living in slums, I've found.
Yes, very hard work.
It's been a real challenge. Really got an experience of kind of how people around the world live in these kind of conditions. The food is very, very bland and grainy.
It's been very cold and wet and hungry.
Tiring, fun, a challenge, definitely when we had to try and build our shelter last night. That was very interesting indeed.
Yes,
yeah.
Cold.
And cold, very, very, very cold.
That's why I got the fire on.
And you can see the fire in the background.
Ups and downs. A particular down this morning was we decided we didn't particularly fancy breakfast at 8:30 this morning, and then we found out later on in the day that we'd missed our chance at the meal. So we've only had one meal today, and as a man who likes his food, that's quite an issue for me.
I've learned a real sense of humility and to be grateful for what I have and not to kind of pursue other things which I don't necessarily need but I would like.
Okay, so it's Sunday morning. We've had a good night's sleep, although it was a bit cold, but not too bad. Most of the group were really, really warm. But I think they're quite looking forward to the fact that they're all going to be going home at the end of today and having a nice roast dinner and a nice hot shower.
Me and Ross are off to Tanzania in the summer for 3 weeks, where we're going to be going through Rwanda, and then we're going to head into Tanzania, and we're going to be working with AIDS orphans, with the Tumaini Fund. We're going to be repainting the ward of the hospital.
Re-roofing as well.
Yeah, re-roofing it.
The toilets, yeah.
We've also got little jobs, like we're doing a food distribution with the Tumaini Fund off in a remote area, I have no idea where. We're also doing the farming as well.
Yeah.
The girls are also doing like the traditional African women jobs, so they'll be learning how to cook like the meals as well. And it's all about sort of gaining a idea of the culture and seeing how other people live, really.
We're also going to teach them lessons in primary and secondary schools, and so we've got to work out what we want to do. And we're going to, their prisons are open, and so they just walk around, and we're going to go and visit some of their prisoners and talk to them.
And we in England, as we've discovered with this Slum Survivor, we discovered that actually we waste so much, and the way we live is like a million miles away from what a billion spend as a lifetime. But over these past couple of days we've realised that you can live on just rice and lentils, you can survive with minimal sleep, you can walk 2 miles carrying a person in a wheelbarrow to Landguard Point. Like the Western world, we always seem to sort of let it go and just sort of go, well, that's Africa for you, isn't it? They're used to it.
Yeah.
But what I guess we really want to do is we really want to sort of go out there and see and go, well, actually, these people live this way, and actually, maybe we can learn from it.
Okay, so this is the last day of Slum Survivor. We've just been to church this morning, which was interesting, and I think we were all rather smelly. We all had a good night's sleep last night, didn't we?
Yeah.
Excellent. Who was nice and cosy and warm? Yeah. And who's had chocolate biscuits at church this morning? Okay, so for the rest of you guys, any words about how it's felt, how it's been on Slum Survivor? Anyone?
Learn to be grateful.
To be grateful. Excellent.
Tiring.
Insightful.
Insightful and uncomfortable. Cold.
How to survive with one meal.
How to survive with one meal. That was hard, wasn't it?
Very hard.
How hard it is to wheel someone in a wheelbarrow to Landguard Fort.
Did you actually push the wheelbarrow?
Some way, yeah.
Some way, okay. Right, so I think that's it from Slum Survivor!